Are you a loving child or a malignant parasite? All consciousness, all awareness springs from God. The God who calls himself I am who am is the source from whom all entities spring, receiving their allotment of consciousness as infants receive milk to suckle. Entities are points of consciousness, but they are not self-aware, such as an animal. A cow is conscious, for example, but it cannot philosophize. It can enjoy its awareness, the warmth of the sun, the sweetness of the grass, but it cannot ask itself whether roaming in the pasture all day is rather boring and below its expectations. Human beings are, however, self-conscious entities, as self-consciousness is what makes an entity a being. But unlike regular entities like animals who are only conscious, beings are given an additional gift by God. Through their self-awareness, they are given the gift of free will. Free will is our ability as self-aware beings either to accept or reject God himself, our Creator. God gave us this gift so that we might love him. God wishes that we grow beyond merely enjoying the many and various and eternal fields of his creation. We are to mature from suckering infants into his children by utilizing our free wills to accept him and follow him in loving obedience. But because some of us will exercise our free will in the opposite direction in rejecting God, not all of us become his children. Those who reject God become malignant parasites as opposed to loving children. They choose the evil course of attempting to seize the goods of God's creation, such as traveling the stars and exploring the universe via technology, and attempting to seize immortality via the sciences, rather than awaiting God's gift to his obedient children of all these things as future mini-gods ourselves. Evil beings also seek to dominate their good as well as their evil brethren in their poisonous lusts, rather than gratefully receiving from God and happily sharing God's abundance with their fellows. Now, if you find in your heart a desire to enjoy privileges over your fellow human beings, especially at their disadvantage, you are probably a parasite and not a child of God. So I ask again, what are you? A loving child or a malignant parasite? By the way, no matter how evil we are, God does not see us as parasites. He rather looks upon us in his sadness and disappointment, but he never gives up hope. We are only to rightly call ourselves parasites if we will reject such a loving parent. So, taking my cue from God, neither would I call anyone a parasite.